I'm Craig Grant and this is Cobweb Maths, and this video is about ratio. I'll show you a counting strategy and cover 3 different types of questions. You'll be given problems to do. When this happens, you pause the video and you restart it to get the working and the answer. You need to make sure you follow my setting out, because having the right working makes problems easy to do. I'll also show you a simple mathematical strategy next, and I want you to make sure that you also follow my setting out again. The last test question type deals with simplifying ratio. At the end of the video, you'll be given a thinking person question to solve. It's not important for you to get it right, but it is important for you to try it. The thing is that once you try it, when I show you the answers and the working out, you'll understand how to do it. And it's learning to understand how to do it which is the main thing. It's not about getting it right. The core teaching in this video will only take about 4 minutes. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Cobweb and use a mind map that is centered on this video. Thank you. Okay, here's the mind map. It's centered on the ratio video. I'm going to use counting strategies. I'm also going to use a mathematical strategy. Over here, I'm going to use small steps. It's an important element. The other thing is, I used to make audio tapes, and what I'm going to do in this video is I'm going to use some of the audio tape learning techniques that I used on the audio tape, on the videotape. Here we also have the thinking person question, and that's related to why making mistakes is good. This has actually got a weak link to the subconscious, and the subconscious is linked to the roulette wheel. The thinking person question, it would be handy to have looked at the video of fractions, decimals and percentages, the FDP triangle. Now, the fractions part of that is linked over here to fractions, because fractions actually relate to ratio. And when we're simplifying ratio, we need to break the ratios down into factors, and basically we're going to cancel out the common factor. Okay, that's how that works. Now, these are in red. I'm going to do a video on the thinking person question and explain how it evolved and why it's useful. You also need to know why making mistakes in mathematics is good. And the other video I'm going to do is called the roulette wheel, which explains how you can use the subconscious, because the subconscious is very powerful and very fast, and it can aid you if you know how to access it. And alright, and now we'll get on to the teaching part. Right, here's the first question. Share 9 in the ratio 1 to 2. Now, what you do, that 1 there, you draw 1 box there. There's 2, you draw 2 boxes. Now you have to share 9 evenly amongst the 3 boxes and put the same number in each box. The number in the boxes are equal. So we start. Just count it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There it is, the 3 in each box. So that ratio will be 3, 2, 6. And you see that number there has got to be twice that number there. That number there is twice that number there. And we're done. Now, here are your 2 questions. you need to write them down. Share 10 in the ratio 2 to 3. And B, which is a little bit harder, share 12 in the ratio 1 to 2 to 3. Now I'll go through the steps before you pause the video. The first step is you draw the boxes. You match, there's one box there and there's 2 boxes over here. See how that is? And then you share the 9 out evenly, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And you do the same thing with these questions here. Now, pause the video, do the questions, and then turn the video back on. Now, we just turned it back upright again. The first question was share 10 in the ratio 2 to 3. You put 2 boxes here, 3 boxes here, and then you shared out 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 2 in each box. So put those 2 there, it's 4. Those 3 there, which is 6. Now the next question is share 12 in the ratio 1 to 2 to 3. So you put 1 box there, 2 boxes there, and 3 boxes there. And then you have to share out 12. So you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 2 in each box. There's 2 there. Then there's a colon. There are 2 boxes there. The total there is 4. There are 3 boxes there. The total is 6. And that's done. Now, the second problem. I'll just make sure we've got it lined up. Okay, A to B is 2 to 3. Now, if A is 6, that's 6 there, find B. So go over here and you put 2 boxes here and 3 boxes over here. And you know that in these 2 boxes you must have 6. So you share it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Each box has 3. So all those boxes there have 3. So the answer will be let's see, the answer will be 6 to 9. There it is there. Right, now your question is a little bit harder. A to B to C is 3 to 2 to 1. Remember, draw the boxes, right? Then share 12 evenly, and from there work out what B and C are. Now it's time to switch the video off and try this question yourself. Right, I'm just turning the whiteboard upside down. Here's the answers. Now, you have 3 boxes to 2 boxes to 1 box. Now, there are 12 in the first 3 boxes. So you count them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and you get 4 in each box. Right, so that box is 4, that box is 4, and that box is 4. Now, we know that would be, I'll do it in green, so that's going to be 12 to 8 to 4. So B is equal to 8 and C is equal to 4. The next thing we're going to do is I'm going to show you the mathematical method next. Now we're going to do the mathematical method. Share 96 in the ratio 1 to 2. You start the same way as the counting method. You draw 1 box here, and over here you draw 2 boxes. And When you've got to share the whole thing in the ratio 1 to 2, you circle all 3 boxes have to equal 96. So you write down the equation. 3 boxes equal 96. So you divide 96 by 3 and you get that 1 box is 32. And then you put 32, 32, 32 there. So the ratio would be 32 to 64. And we're done. Now, you have to share 70 in the ratio 3 to 2. So of course, you'll look at 3, you'll look at 2, and you'll draw the boxes. Then, what will you do? You circle the whole lot. The whole lot's going to be equal to 70, and then you carry on from there. Right, we'll leave you to it. Right, here's the working for question 3. You've drawn 3 boxes here and 3 boxes there. You've circled the whole lot. It's equal to 70. 5 boxes equals 70. You take 70, you divide it by 5, do it on the calculator. The answer's 14. Put 14 then in each of the boxes like that. 3 14s are 42, and 2 14s are 28, and 42 and 28 will give you 70. And that one's been taken care of. Now we'll do the other type. Here it is right here. The ratio A to B is 2 to 3. Now if A is equal to 78, you have to find B. So you just circle the sign here. First of all, put down your boxes. 2 boxes there, 3 boxes there. Now you're only dealing with A. There's A there. That's equal to 78. You've got 2 boxes. 2 boxes is 78. So what you do is you take 78 divided by 2, and 1 box will be 39. Put 39 in all the boxes like that. You know it's 78. You just have to add another 39 to 78 there, and you get 117. Now your question is this. The ratio A to B is 3 to 5. If A is equal to 36, find B. Once again, you draw your boxes, circle the information that you've got, and figure out what 1 box is equal to, and then answer the question. Away you go. Switch the video off. Here is the answer. Alright, you've got the ratio is 3 to 5. So you draw 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3 there, and 5 over here. Alright. Now you're then told that A is equal to 36. So you circle A, that's A there, put it equal to 36. So 3 boxes equal 36. So you divide 36 by 3 and you get 1 box is 12. Put the 12s in all the boxes there. You know that's 36. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 12 is 60. And the ratio you want is 36 to 12. And we're done. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to the third type of question, which involves simplifying ratio. Thank you. Now we're dealing with the simplifying of ratio. First step, break down the ratio numbers into factors. Then you cancel the common factor. We have here simplifying 6, the ratio is 6 to 10. 6 becomes 2 times 3 and 2 times 5. Cancel out the 2's. Over here, 18 to 24 is 2 to 9, 2 to 12. Cancel out the 2's, 9 to 12. We can cancel it down a bit further because 9 is 3 times 3 and 12 is 3 times 4. We can cancel that down to 3 to 4. If you can hear some scratching, that's the dog trying to get in through the door. Last one, 15 to 35. That's 3 times 5 It's 7 times 5, cancel out the 5s, and the answer will be, I'll write that in, that will be, cancel out the 5s, there and there, 3 to 7. Next thing I want you to do is this. I want you to simplify 3 to 15, 21 to 35 and 24 to 36. I want you to pause the video. I better go and let the dog in. Yeah. Okay, so if you get on with that, thanks. On the floor, and we'll answer this question here. 3 to 15 is 1 times 3 to 3 times 5. Cancel out the 3s, 1 to 5. Here, 21 is 3 times 7. 35 is 5 times 7. Cancel out the 7s, 3 to 5. Now the highest common factor for 24 and 36 is 12. 24 is 2 times 12. 36 is 3 times 12. Cancel out the 12s. And if you've got the highest factor, common factor, you don't have to do any more cancelling down. So the answer is 2 to 3. Now, a little bit extra. I'm going to relate a fraction to a ratio. We've got a quarter. Now, what we've got to do is look at the whole thing, because we're going to talk about the whole ratio. Now, here's the whole thing. This is divided into quarters, and we've shaded a quarter. Now, just think of them as the boxes. There's one box here, a semicolon there, and on the other side you've got 3 boxes. So the ratio is 1 to 3. Not 1 to 4, 1 to 3. Okay? So if you have $12 and one person gets a quarter of 12 is 3, and 3 times 3 is 9, so the other person gets 9. See? That one part was 3, then that part will be 9. Now the other thing you're going to need for the thinking person question is the FDP triangle. That's fractions, that's decimals, that's percentage. If you have a quarter, you want to make it into a decimal, it's 0.25. Oh yes, I've got some things missing, I better put them in. Now, if you want to move from your decimal to your percentage, you multiply by 100. So 0.25 times 100 will give you 25%. Now, when you want to go from the percentage to the fraction, you just put the percentage over 100. That's 25 over 100. Now, when you cancel down 25 over 100, you're going to get a quarter. Now, you'll need to know that to help you with the thinking person question, and you might find this helpful in the thinking person question as well. So now we'll get the thinking person up for you. Now, here is the thinking person question. Jenna works 11 hours a day. You need pen and paper to copy down this. Andrew works 8 hours a day. Anne works 6 hours a day. And they all work 5 days a week. And they earn a total of $2,500 after tax. Now what I want you to do is calculate their hourly tax rate after tax. All right. Second one is I want you to calculate how much Andrew earns a week after tax. And the third question is, if the tax rate is 20%, calculate how much tax Andrew pays a week. Okay? So, get that copied down. Numbers, critical numbers are 11, 8 and 6. Work out the total hours that they work a week. Then work out how much they're earning per hour. That's the first bit. Then work out how much Andrew earns, and then work out how much tax Andrew pays, and it might be a good idea to convert the percentage, the 20% tax, to a fraction and then change it to a ratio. Probably find it easier to work out that way. Alright? Anyway, switch the video off now. Okay, I'm just going to turn it over. Here's the answer. The total hours worked. First of all, you add up the individual hours. The hours I work in a day. It's 11, 8 and 6. 8 and 6 is 14 and 11 is 25. Multiply 25 by 5 and you have 125 hours. They earn a total of 2,500, so you divide 2,500 by 125 and it comes out nicely to be $20 an hour. Alright, so that's the first one done. The wind's blowing the door open at the moment. Right, now Andrew works for 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, so that will be 40 hours times 20, which will be $800 per week after tax. Now if you take 20%, that's 1/5, and then you do the whole. So you put the whole thing in there, you take 1/5 of it, and it's down as a ratio. So tax is in actual fact 1/5. So the ratio of the tax to the wages is 1:4. So the tax is just 1/4 of the wages. So you take Andrew's wage, divide it by 4, you find out how much is in one box, and of course what's in that box there, which is one box, is the tax. And the tax is 800 divided by 4, which is $200, and we're done.